Hey Outlanders, welcome to our looking forward video. This time you will be looking forward to what's happening in 2023. You may have already seen our recap video for 2022, so for this specific one you can jump in to some details and nitty-gritty with our developers to see what things you could be excited for in 2023, which is also the near future for Vigor. So let's dive in. Alright, so Zora, last year in 2022, we only had 3 Battle Pass seasons, which means 3 major updates, and each of these Battle Passes had 75 levels. Could you share with the community how it's going to look for 2023?
Yes, there will be 4 Battle Pass seasons with 50 levels. The first one is coming in February. The themes will be again spread across the various interesting groups of the Outlands. Not every season will contain cassettes, but you can definitely expect 1 or 2 stories coming your way.
Alright, that sounds awesome. Definitely something to look forward to. So last year as well, we focused on the onboarding experience for new players. This year, is there going to be something for veteran players as well?
Yes, we definitely want to focus also on our veteran players. So what I can tell you now is that we are currently working on the leaderboards, but it's still kind of a big process, and we need to do a complete overhaul because of it. So you can definitely expect it next year, but I cannot tell you exactly when.
Alright, well, we're happy with at least this much information. Thank you so much, Zora, for sharing your explanations with us.
Thank you too.
Alright, so we've also already mentioned that we want to implement new shelter improvements, and this also involves legacy seasons. Could you explain how that process will look like, perhaps?
Yes, absolutely. So this is actually something that I was so scared to talk about or to announce, because people start panicking right away, right? Because we are saying, oh hey, legacy seasons will no longer be a thing. But it actually makes sense, and I will explain, because legacy seasons will be pushed to the side for the sake of new exciting features. So basically, we already knew that for a while we wanted to give some love to our shelter improvements. This is also something that always pops up in discussions in our community, but also internal discussions. So a huge part will be new shelter improvement that will basically introduce weapon and consumable plans that were previously available in Battle Pass seasons, and you will be able to obtain them by leveling up this shelter improvement. So this is a huge step for us. Legacy Season 9 was actually the last Legacy season, but don't panic yet, it will be still available until we have this new solution, this new shelter improvement ready for release. So once we will be ready, we will also let you know, obviously, that you will no longer be able to use legacy seasons, and then we will push out the new shelter improvement. But the weapon and consumable plans aren't the only thing that will be available as a new shelter improvement. Obviously, I can't tell you much, but we considered many community recommendations. One of them, for example, being multiple loadouts or multiple presets, so we would like to look into that as well. And other exciting stuff that I can't share right now, so stay tuned.
Alright, so definitely these shelter improvements is one of the priorities for next year. Another priority for next year would probably be the endgame content. Could you walk us through how it's going to look like for 2023?
Absolutely. Even though I can't share much right now, definitely the shelter improvements will be a huge part of the endgame. We also kickstarted some of the preparations for the endgame in 2022. This was the seasonal challenges and other types of challenges that might come along the way to keep players, our community, interested and to keep on playing. But there is other stuff. For example, we know for a while that we would like to give some extra love to encounters, but sadly I can't share much more. So you will have to wait it out and see what happens in 2023.
Alright, so those are the bigger upcoming things that we're going to be working on for 2023. Are there perhaps any other smaller tidbits of info that you could share us, something that the community could look forward to in 2023 as well, other changes perhaps?
Yes, one of the first things that we really had to discuss after 2022 was changing our roadmap a bit, because previously we released only 3 major seasons with many minor updates in between the seasons, which worked to a certain degree, but it also made the minor updates really mimic the major ones. There was a lot of features coming up also in the minor ones. It was really heavy for the development process, for the testing process. So we would like to change it this year. Instead, we will go with 4 major seasons, major updates, and we will scratch the minor ones. This doesn't mean that there won't be any new content coming up. Obviously, we will still have special events, Boost to Apocalypse, Double XP weekends, the usual. But we plan on releasing mostly hotfixes after the major updates and not minor updates with huge amount of features. So that's one of the things that will change in 2023. Another thing is that we really wanted to come up with a solution for AFK players in Elimination. This is something that has been bothering our community for a while. So we are currently working on it, and the solution will be hopefully released soon. Then we also have another thing in making, which is a new map. We released Kirsten last year, so it would be nice to introduce a new map this year as well. So you can look forward to that. Sadly, I can't tell you anything else. And the last thing that will be important mostly to the players that like to use weapons, not really for the looters, and this is we really want to look into weapon overhaul. We released many weapons over the course of the last 3 years. Some of them are really good, some of them not so much. So we would like to make like a basic standard for weapons, really look into it, tweak them, and make the overall gunplay more enjoyable, I would say. So yeah, these are definitely the focus points for 2023, but there's definitely more that will come, but I sadly can't talk about it. So let's wait for what happens, and we will see you throughout the year.
Right, yeah, fingers crossed. And thank you for sharing all of this information with us, Pirit.
No worries. Right, see ya.
All right, so that's about it. We hope that you're looking forward to the future of Vigor as much as we are looking forward to it as well. 2023 will definitely be an exciting year, so we hope that you stay tuned for updates on Vigor on our social media as well, and we'll see you in the Outlands.